by so much Gavachai. Our praise the Most High by so much Gavachai. To all Israelites, to the four corners of the earth, we were scattered and God. My name is LOZ. Brother, I'm one. And we are here today, congregating on another Sabbath day for the Most High, for the covenant that He made with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The covenant was confirmed in Israel through all generations. God, the Most High waking us up through these last days. We need to stop to a heritage. We will come together in holy convocation. Okay, today's topic we are going to go into the kings of Israel, the northern kingdom, in a historical perspective, so people can get a feel of where they came from. I mean, because this danger, a lot of people are so narrow-minded, and they have no knowledge, and the knowledge that we give was totally distorted. You know, you have a true perspective of where they originated from, what they are. A lot of people talk about who used to be kings back in the day, kings and queens back in the days. But I mean, they have a totally different perspective. So we're going to put this some conservative perspective. And give me 1 Samuel 8 and 5. Something like that. Oh, go ahead. Something like
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the other one, Yahweh, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Right. Everything you do in word or deed, always do it in the name of the Most High and the Yahweh. That's significant. Whether it's anything in action or anything that's mentally, your meditation on, always do it in the context of the commandments of the Most High and the Yahweh. Again, 1 Samuel 8, verse 4.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together, and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But the thing displeased Samuel, when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High, and said, Most High said unto Samuel, Salakia, and the Most High said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all, that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them, according to all the works which they have done since I brought them out of Egypt.
Right, so the end church, originally, the Most High gave us judges. The Most High gave us, back in the days, the Most High gave us judges to rule over Israel. He appointed judges throughout all the locations, 12 tribes, to rectify the situation or issues that may arise, between our fellow Israelites. But, we got enticed and influenced by the nations all about us. We wanted to be like them, so we rejected the concept of having judges rule over us and the Most High, Yahweh, the king over Israel. We wanted to be like other nations. So the elders gathered themselves together and said, I'm going to Samuel. They said, no. We no longer want judges. We want to be like other nations. We want to have kings over us. And it displeased. And the judge put Samuel but get the children of Samuel, you're an old man now, and your sons aren't walking the way to the Most High like you do. So Samuel went to the Most High and told the Most High what, but the elders of Israel said, and the Most High said, that's what they want, that's what they're going to get it. I'm just going to let them know what exactly they're asking for, because they have thoroughly thought this out. What's the echo that? And so the Most High eventually gave them what they wanted, and then the shows Saul was the first king of Israel. Then he did, and Solomon, and all those three kings ruled I'm just summarizing this and I'll jump into verses. And regarding the kings that came after Solomon, after the king was split, and focus on certain kings. Because there were 19 kings. There were 19 kings in the northern kingdom. Okay, after Solomon. Including after Solomon, started from 933 BC to 722 BC, an era of roughly 211 years. Okay, so that's let's go to Second Kings rather. Second Kings chapter 15, verse 13.
The book of Second Kings, chapter 15, verse 13. And Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 13th year of Uzziah, king of Judah. And he reigned a full month in Samaria. For Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tisra, and came to Samaria and smote Shallum, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria.
Then Shallum, I didn't read that. Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 30th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, and he reigned a full month. And this is when he reigned, probably this from the least, the shortest rulership. You only ruled for a month. And for Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tirzah and came to Samaria and smote Shallum, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, and slew him and reigned in his stead. So read the book of Kings, the first King, second King, you see, especially in the northern kingdom, there was a lot of beauty, a lot of treason, a lot of overthrow. There were kings were assassinated and replaced by the servants or the armor bearers or captains of the host or the military. Who raided the states. It was a lot of conflicts, like internal conflicts, power struggle going on. And this king of Shallum on the river from one. That was about 752 BC. Understand? That's where he reigned. And it was replaced by Menahem. Okay, read on.
Verse 15. And the rest of the acts of Shallum and his conspiracy which he had made, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And Menahem smote Tifsa and all that were therein, and the coast thereof, from Tisra, because they opened not to him, therefore he smote it. And all the women therein that were with child, he ripped up.
I know what you mean. See, this guy was a real menace. Smote the city. And a woman, pregnant woman, man, he just ripped them out. He slashed their stomach and killed them and their babies. That's how treacherous this guy was. Read on.
In the 9th and 13th year of Azariah, king of Judah, began Menahem, the son of Gadi, to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria.
So he reigned from 752 to 742 BC. Okay, that's how long rulership was for. Read on.
Verse 18. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
Right. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. Let's see what the sin, what the sins of Jeroboam was, son of Nebat. Let's get me 1 Kings 15 and 25.
The book of First Kings, chapter 15, verse 25. And Nadab, the son of Jeroboam, began to reign over Israel in the second year of Asa, king of Judah, and reigned over Israel 2 years. And he did evil in the sight of the Most High, and walked in the way of his father.
I'm to give me a verse in chapter 12, 25. Give me that.
The book of First Kings, chapter 12, verse 25. Then Jeroboam built Shechem and Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and built Peniel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David? If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Most High at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto the Most High, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah. And they shall kill me, and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah. Whereupon the king took counsel, and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan.
Right, so that's what Jeroboam did. He was concerned that the people in the northern kingdom, because it was a law of the Most High that they should go back to Jerusalem 3 times a year to keep certain holidays, that they would return and give the loyalty to the southern kingdom, to Rehoboam, and overthrow it. So what did he do? He prevented that by building 2 calves. 2 calves in another kingdom and placing it different parts of it. The northern king's heart. This is your God that brought you out of the land of Egypt, which is an abomination. And if you read on in the book of Kings, you see that all the kings held fast to the worshiping of these calves, as sacrificing with these calves as if they were the Most High. They were all they were so entrenched in the mentality to be opposed to the southern kingdom that they enforced that to the people. The kings that enforced that, push it on the people to worship those gods as a substitute for the Most High. And because of that, they were constantly in conflict with the nation about them. Because we know, whenever we break Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, we send a nation against us, put us in captivity for a certain number of years. And to the point that we got so offensive, we had to come back to our senses and pray to the Most High and ask for forgiveness. As the merciful Father that He is and was, He would send a Savior in the form of a military man or otherwise to deliver Israel under the hands of the enemies round about us. Go back. Also, Jeroboam, he had keeping the Feast of Tabernacles in the 8th month. In the 8th month, in the 8th month instead of on the 7th month, as the scripture says. Let me see something.
Oh, wait, actually? Yeah, it is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know.
The book of First Kings, chapter 12, verse 30. And this thing became a sin for the people. For the people went to worship before one, even unto Dan. And he made a house of high places, made priests of the lowest of the people.
Right, he made a house of high places where they would sacrifice on the altars to the idols. I made priests of the lowest which were not Levi,
which were not of the sons of Levi.
We all know that the Levites were the ones the most designated to be the priests of Israel, to teach the law and statutes and commandments to the other tribes. But he rejected the Levites from that post and appointed a baseman, men of low stature, probably uneducated, unsophisticated, people who are vulnerable and are susceptible to the bribery and all that. Basically, yes, man, people could pass around and make them the priests instead of the Levites. Read.
And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month on the 15th day of the month.
Right, Jeroboam ordained a feast on the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month. Read.
Like unto the feast that is in Judah, and he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel,
right,
sacrificing unto the calf.
Right, and he made a feast on the 8th month, the 15th day. Now let's go to Leviticus 23, verse 34. Let's see what month of the year that feast should actually have been kept. But this is something that I need advice for his own heart. To keep his feast on the 8th month, instead of the month that the Most High designated. Leviticus 23, verse 34.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 33. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel.
That's what the Moses always speaking, the children of Israel. That's what this Bible is for. That's what this Bible is about. The children of Israel. How we interact with ourselves and how we interact with the nation round about us, and how we interact with the Most High and what we do. And it said that's what it's about Israel. Read on.
Saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High.
The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles. That's the month that the Most High designated that the feast of tabernacles should be held on. And the 7th month on the 15th day, the 7 days. But Jeroboam disregarded that and set up his own month, the 8th month, which is totally against the scriptures. Okay. So this is the golden calves and this high holy days and this high holy day that Jeroboam came up with on the 8th month, 15th day, and the priests that were men, women, and Levites. These are the sins of Jeroboam, and all the kings after him held fast to that. And because of that, they suffered great atrocities by hands of the Most High. When the Most High used his nation to run about the Assyrians, and the Assyrians made it to harass and antagonize Israel. Now they did it. And jump back to 1750.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 15, verse 19. And Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land. And Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth.
See that? So the Menahem, after his smote Shalom, was paying tribute to the Assyrians. Babylon paid tribute to the Assyrians, but the Assyrians to confirm his kingship to prevent any uprising within Israel against him. Because he does slew the king, he does slew Shalom. Read.
And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria.
Look at that. So basically, this guy, this is like basically selling right here. He exacted the money of the men of Israel to pay the Assyrians to back him against the other fellow Israelites who might have wanted to overthrow him for killing the king, the previous king, King Shalom. So basically, he was oppressing his own people for his own personal gain, by being tribute, by requesting the service of an outside nation, the Syrians. Read on.
So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. And the rest of the acts of Menahem and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah, his son, reigned in his stead.
Right, so Menahem slept with his father. So that was 7. You ruled for 10 years. That's Menahem. So his son, Pekahiah, started ruling in 742 BC. Read.
In the 15th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. But Pekah, the son of Remaliah, a captain of his, conspired against him, and smote him in Samaria, in the palace of the king.
So this guy, Pekahiah, what's his name? Pekahiah, right? He began to reign, departing not from the sins of Jeroboam, but its captain. Like I said, there's a lot of treason, a lot of confusion, that have overthrown him right here. Right? The captain of the host of the army. Because the captain of the army he's a mighty man. He's a military man, you know what I mean? He had all his soldiers and warriors in his corner backing him. So he began bribing us and hey, if you had to overthrow this king, when I become king, I promote you to this post, that position, this position, give you this thing in group or per reward. And that's what they did. I overthrew the previous king. Read on.
In the palace of the king's house, with Argob and Arieh, and with him 50 men of the Gileadites, and he killed them and reigned in his room. And the rest of the acts of Pekahiah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
Right, so Pekahiah was killed in 740. Okay, that's when Pekah began to reign now. Pekah began to reign in 740 BC.
What's that?
After Pekahiah ruled only 2 years. Read.
In the 215th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel. So I can
call it
the book of 2 Kings, chapter 15, verse 27. In the 215th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 20 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Ijon, and Abel Beth Makkah, and Jonah, and Kadesh, and Hazar, and Caleb, and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali, and carried them captive to Assyria.
Right, so in the reign of Pekah in 740 BC, the Assyrians, under the rulership of Tiglath-Pileser, invaded Israel, particularly the tribal territory of Naphtali, and they carried with the Naphtalians from Israel, carried to their territory to be servants, to build up their territory, to build up Assyria, to build up the Assyrian empire. Read on.
Verse 30. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and smote him, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. In the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, and the rest of the acts of Pekah.
See that? No, there's another overthrow. Hoshea now overthrew previous thing. Peacock. That was it's 732 BC. So that's what Peacock by the throne out of shade in 732 BC. Read.
Verse 31. And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. In the second year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. 25 years old was he when he began to reign. And he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jershua, the daughter of Zadok. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Most High. He did according to all that his father Uzziah had done. Howbeit, the high places were not removed, and the people sacrificed and burned incense still in the high places. He built the higher gate of the house of the Most High. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah?
See, some of the kings of Judah were somewhat righteous, as opposed to the kings of Israel and the northern kingdom. Even though the kings of Judah were completely righteous, even the ones who were trying, they always seem to leave the idols and all that. The people would make sacrifices in private. Only they take the idol and they want to righteous and promoted the commandments of the Most High otherwise. I read on, verse 37.
Verse 37. In those days, the Most High began to send against Judah Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah. And Jotham slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his father. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 16, verse 1. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Most High his power, like David his father. But he walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, yea, and made his son to pass through the fire according to the abominations of the heathen, whom the Most High cast out from before the children of Israel. And he sacrificed and burnt incense in the high places on the hills, and under every green tree. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. At that time Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elah to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elah. And the Syrians came to Elah, and dwelt there unto this day. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant, and thy son come up, and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me.
Right, so there were two main rivals at that time, right? Was that the Syrians to the north, and I think and the Syrians and the Assyrians, two different nations. And they were basically close proximity to Israel. That's why they were, whenever they got a mighty army, they would always come and oppress Israel. There was never any peace. It was already in peace between the nations, right? Even between the northern and the southern kingdom. And the nation went about us, according to the Syrians and the Assyrians. Read.
Verse 8. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Most High, and the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him. For the king of Assyria went up against Damascus and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin.
Right, so Ahaz, king of Judah, bribed and sent tributes, or rather, to the Assyrians to help them defend Judah against the Syrians. So the Assyrians accepted the invitation and money and went up to Syria and the Damascus and slew the king of the king of Syria on behalf of Judah. Read.
And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw an altar that was at Damascus. And King Ahaz sent to Urijah, the priest, the fashion of the altar, and the pattern of it, according to all the workmanship thereof. And Urijah, the priest, built an altar according to all that the king Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Urijah, the priest, made it against King Ahaz, and made it against King Ahaz, came from Damascus. And when the king was come from Damascus, the king saw the altar. And the king approached the altar and offered thereon. And he burnt his burnt offering and his meat offering, and poured his drink offering, and sprinkled the blood of his peace offering upon the altar.
So basically, he copied the style and the design of the altar you saw in Damascus in the series and other villages. Similar style, similar design village in Judah. And we sacrificed there. Read on.
Verse 14. And he brought also the brazen altar which was before the Most High, from the forefront of the house, from between the altar of the house.
And the Most High gave us the design, man, of the tabernacle and the altar and all that. I don't know why Israel was so always so enticed by the other nation. They want to copy what they see all the things that the other nation got stuff that that's more desirable than what we got. More than we got now what we have the Most High. That's what we brought. Read.
And put it on the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Urijah, the priest, saying, upon the great altar burn the morning burnt offering, and in the evening meat offering, and the king's burnt offering sacrifice, and his meat offering, with the burnt offering of all the people of the land, and their meat offering, and their drink offering, and sprinkle upon it all the blood of the burnt offering, and all the blood of the sacrifice, and the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. Thus did Urijah the priest, according to all that King Ahaz commanded. And King Ahaz cut off the borders of the bases, and removed the laver from off them, and took down the seat from off the brazen oxen and that were under it, and put upon a pavement of stone, and the cupboard for the Sabbath that they had built in the house. And the king's entry without turned he from the house of the Most High, from the king of Assyria.
Right, so there's no it's being attributed to the Assyrians. Read.
Now the rest of the acts of Ahaz, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Judah?
Right, so the Assyrians they're a major force during that time. They were a major force, so they got King of Judah paying tribute to them. Even the northern kingdom paying tribute to them. And then they just slew the king of Syria, resident. I'm saying so. So the Assyrians, I know you can picture that the Assyrians are the superpower within that era. Within that era of time and during that territories. The Assyrians. Read. So right now we're talking about 732 BC going to 720 some BC. That's the era time we're talking about right now. The Assyrians, the superpower. It is slew the king of Syria, and they had king of Judah, and paying tribute to them, and they taken away on the tribe of Naphtali, brought them to various parts of the Syrian empire to be servants to the Assyrians. Then read on.
Verse 20. And Ahaz slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High.
Right, so in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, they got Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria. So we know Hoshea was started ruling in 732 BC to the 12th year. So basically that means that Ahaz has been ruling 740 and 744. Started ruling from 744 BC. Read on.
But not has the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents.
Right, so against him, against king of Israel, King Hoshea came Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. Shalmaneser is like another kings of Assyria, that type. It's like Pharaoh. But this possibility was Shalmaneser the fifth, who came up against Assyria, came up against Hoshea, the northern kingdom. And it's under Hoshea started paying tributes, presents. Read on.
Verse 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to king of Egypt.
Right, so there was an agreement between the Assyrians and Shalmaneser the fifth and Hoshea, king of northern kingdom, Israel. I understand that he would pay him a certain amount of tribute on a regular basis. But now it seems as if Hoshea got tired of doing that, so he tried to form a league with So, king of Egypt. And the Assyrians found out about it. Read on.
And brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison.
So the Assyrians are terrible like that. They took out the king of Israel, and it's about 720 something BC, and put him in prison because he found out that the king of Israel was trying to form a league with the Egyptians to give them strength against the fight against Assyria. Read on.
Verse 5. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, and went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years.
So the Assyrians totally came up and besieged the whole land of Israel right now. Understand? Read on.
Verse 6. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria, and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed them in Halah and Habor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes.
So in the 9th year of Hoshea's rulership, Hoshea started ruling in 732 BC. So basically the 9th year, this is coming down to 722. If you all know that the Assyrians completely took the tribes of the northern kingdom to Assyria, to their empire in 722 BC. This is what this is basically, it's the time, the era of time. You got it, that's all.
I was going to get up. You see what a precept or do more? I'll read.
Yeah. And it's got the precept.
I was going to bring out the second Ezra 13:40. The after that continue you did.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No. Yeah, they go ahead.
The book of Second Kings.
You got a question?
It wasn't all the northern kingdom that went to Assyria, was it? Or some able to hide and not get caught.
There's a possibility of that, but the kingdom was sovereignty of the nation was like non-existent anymore. It wasn't there anymore, and it's possible that there might have been some there, but most of them, the scripture says they were all taken. Everyone who could identify, one who could find, they were taken away into the Assyrian Empire.
Right?
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel sinned against the Most High their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared of their powers, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Most High cast out from before the children of Israel. And the kings of Israel, which they had made, and the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Most High their power. And they built them high places in all the cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
Right. So they're not getting the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and they basically worship gods in other nations, build towers and all that, build groves, altars, sacrifices to the idols of the other nations.
You got some historical images of that. Led into captivity.
Okay. All right. So these are pictures of the Syrians leading the Israelites. They are previously taken the tribe of Naphtali, brought it to Syria. Right now they're taking the other 9 tribes or 8 tribes or so into other territories of the Assyrians. And freedom.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 10. And they set them up images and groves in every high place, in every high hill, and under every green tree.
Right, they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. Oh, that gave me Deuteronomy 4, verse 15. You see what the Moses said about images, of which you are images, are not good regarding images. Deuteronomy 4, verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb, out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves. Lest ye corrupt yourselves. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed.
Be careful
Unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on that day which the Most High spake unto you in Horeb.
So you saw nothing similitude, nothing resembling what? Read.
In Horeb, out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the water beneath the earth. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto the heaven. And when
so the Most High reminded the Israelites, look, when I delivered you from Egypt, when I came to you, you saw no similitude, no resemblance, no image of anything, the likeness of anything. Understand? And you started naming a variety of things, whereas there was you didn't see any of that. So don't imagine in your heart that's what you should be paying homage to, that's what you should be honoring, that's what you should be worshiping. Read.
I'm gonna put another one up.
Verse 19. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them.
Right. And be careful not to look when you look up to heaven and see the sun, moon, and the stars, and you start to imagine that hey, this is Most High, and you start worshiping those images. Read.
And serve them which the Most High that power has divided unto all the nations under the whole heaven. But the Most High has taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as you are this day.
Right. So Moses did all that.